All right, so my name is Michael DeLu, and you're now tuned in to Pull Up the Tape. All right, so I want to thank anybody, every and anyone who's watching or listening. Today is June 2nd. There's loads to discuss. I'm really excited. I can't wait to get into it. So I'm gonna just jump straight into it. All right, so very, very critical games in the association yesterday in the NBA playoffs. We saw two really, really good games fives in the Western Conference playoffs. I lied. I said we saw really two. No. We didn't see two really good playoff games. We saw one, and the other one was my team getting beat the fuck up on. All right, so I'm gonna start the podcast right there. All right, so the Lakers lose 85 to 115, and the first thing I want to do is, I always want to give credit where credit is due. The Phoenix Suns came out and handled their business. Okay, the Phoenix Suns came out and played their game. They played with a sense of urgency. They understood this is an amazing opportunity to step on this team's neck because Anthony Davis is not playing, and that's exactly what they did. They came out and slapped the fuck out the Lakers, all right? Devin Booker had 30 points, 13 of 23 from the field, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. This kid has been playing lights out the entire series. He hasn't had a bad game. He hasn't had maybe he had one off game, and even in that game, I think he scored about 26 points. But other than that, he's averaging around 30 on the series. The Lakers literally have no answer for him. At all whatsoever. And it's quite evident in the fact that Devin Booker was able to score 18 points in the first quarter. I repeat, 18 points in the first quarter. 18 points in the first quarter. Cameron Payne, 16 points, 7 of 11, 4 rebounds, 16 points off the man. Cameron Payne has, honestly, I even as I watch these games, it just baffles me how easy it is and how seemingly effortless it is for him to put up points on the Lakers. Like, this is the number one defense. This team came into the playoffs ranked the number one defensive team, which is no surprise because Frank Vogel is a defensive guru. But if that's the case, why is Cameron Payne averaging more numbers than Kyle Kuzma? What sense does that make? Why is that even happening? And lastly, Mikal Bridges with 13 points. The Suns had three people that scored in double digits. The rest of it was spread out, team effort. 9 here, 8 here, 6 here. Jay Crowder had 9. Chris Paul had 8. You know what I mean? So very, very, and even DeAndre Ayton didn't have the best game ever. But regardless, the Suns were able to come out and punch the Lakers in the mouth. That's exactly what they did. They did it all night. The Lakers had no answer offensively, no answer defensively. No, they just look bad all together. Okay, but shout out to the Suns for handling their business. Now, I am about to grill the fuck out of the Lakers. Okay. First of all, the Lakers played with no heart whatsoever. No heart at all night. No heart. Lakers played with no effort. None. Non-existent. Lakers showed up to Talking Stick Arena with none of these things. They didn't show up with heart. They didn't show up with effort. They didn't show up with a sense of urgency. And they definitely didn't come to play with any pride. Like, that was quite evident in the fact that Devin Booker had 18 points in the first quarter and didn't miss a single shot. Come on, man. That should never happen. The other team's best player should not come out hot like that. 18 points and not miss a single shot. That is a recipe for failure. That is a recipe for failure. The Suns as a team had 29 assists and only 4 turnovers. What does that tell you? The Lakers were lost on defense all night. All night. And the game specifically got out of hand in the second quarter when the Suns went on a 21-2 run. The second quarter was atrocious. Probably the ugliest quarter of basketball I've seen the Lakers play all year long. This shit was terrible. It was fucking disgusting. 21-2 run to start the second quarter. That literally put the game out of reach, and that iced everything, bro. The Lakers probably the next, they were able to bring it down. At one point, the lead was like 34 or something like that. The closest I seen the Lakers get down to like cutting the lead was probably like 23 points. 23 points in a pivotal playoff game? Are you serious? All right. Now it's time to cash checks. We're coming at all these niggas. Markieff Morris, 4 points. Fucking horrible. Dennis Schroeder, Mr. I want more than 20-something million a year. You come up, wait. The Lakers offered this man a $22 million contract, a 4 years, $88 million, if I'm not mistaken. He turned that down because he wanted more money. How the fuck can you value yourself at that much and come out and lay an egg in a critical playoff game? That doesn't make sense. This is a time where people earn their money. You want money? Play for that shit. 0 points? You're the starting point guard. 0 points? Zero? That doesn't even make sense. How do you score 0 points? KCP, 0 points. Kyle Kuzma had like 15. But my Nick, bro, Kyle Kuzma, what? Why weren't you more, bro? Kyle Kuzma, on every single team, there are players that say, I wish I had more shots. I wish I had more touches. I wish I could take more shots. I wish I could be more assertive in the offense. Kyle Kuzma, Anthony Davis is not playing. My nigga, you have to go for 30. You have to go for 30. You have to step on. I have to score 30 points. Dennis Schroeder, I have to score 30 points. What's up with you, bro? Schroeder. I literally had to get on Schroeder first, like, because this logically does not make sense. You value yourself. When would who else? Wait, what other player that averages that gets paid annually more than $20 million a year in the playoffs has laid a goose egg? But you want that, and you come up in a pivotal game, and you play like that, bro. That is sick. Frank Vogel, first of all, Frank Vogel picked a lineup that has never logged a single minute, a starting five that has never logged a single minute together the entire season. Dennis Schroeder, KCP, Kyle Kuzma, LeBron James, and was it Marc Gasol or Andre? I'm not sure. The starting five we put out today has never logged a single minute together ever. That's starting five or never, not a single fucking minute throughout the whole season. That's on Frank Vogel. The rotation on Frank Vogel. Why is Montrezl Harrell not playing? Why is he not playing? There's no reason why, any minute that I keep saying DeAndre Jordan. Any minute that DeAndre Ayton spends not on the court, Montrezl Harrell should be playing. If he's not playing because of spacing, any time that, because besides DeAndre Ayton, there's no one else that can guard him. There's no one else and that's the only. Oh my God, I don't see why he's not playing. I don't see why he's not playing more minutes. Why isn't Taylor Horton-Tucker playing more minutes? Okay, a lot of people are going to try and blame this on this loss on Frank Vogel, say he can't coach, but man, yeah, you can't coach effort, you can't coach heart. The Lakers showed none of that last night. All right? I'm not ready to call the series or anything like that because it's not over till the fat lady sings, but it's looking really ugly, man. It's looking fucking atrocious. And you know what the crazy thing is? There's really no excuse at this point. There's no excuse at all, actually. At all. Because Phoenix, when Chris Paul got hurt, they didn't lay down. They kept fighting. They kept swinging, actually. It just seemed like when Anthony Davis went down and on, the Lakers have just laid down and got steamrolled. Literally just laid down and gotten steamrolled. And that's fucking pathetic. They're supposed to be the defending champs. Come out And look, there's nothing wrong with losing, but just getting flat out steamrolled, I can't sugarcoat that. That's fucking horrific. That's terrible. I will never co-sign that. That's bullshit. That is bullshit. 30 points, a 30 piece. So my next game that I want to talk about is the Nuggets versus the Blazers, where we actually witnessed like history being made in the NBA. All right, so on Damian Lillard's record-breaking night when he was hitting shot after shot after shot after shot, shot after shot after shot after shot. Man, I was watching the highlights and I don't want to say I was in awe because I have seen Damian Lillard do I had Damian Lillard on my fantasy team, not this past season, but not the COVID season, but the season before that. So I know how good of a player he actually is. But just to see people just to see an individual locked in, activated, and is on bullshit tonight. He's on bullshit. He came into the gym. I'm finna trip on these niggas. Like watching that live is just crazy. Like as I was watching, I was just like, wow, Jesus. There's a shot of Austin Rivers after Dame misses a crucial three where he just looks up and just thanks the good Lord, like, thank you, fucking Jesus, he missed that shot. That's just sum up what Dame was doing to the Nuggets defense all night. Regardless of the fact that Dame had 55 fucking points in a losing effort because Michael Porter Jr. came up big for the Nuggets in the second overtime as he hit the dagger three. But to allude to my point earlier, Damian Lillard made history last night. And when I see exactly who he passed and understand the severity of that game, it just shows me like, damn, like this was a really big time performance from him. Damian Lillard shot and hit 12 three-pointers in one game. And he passed Klay Thompson's 11 as Klay Thompson was the last person to score. When Klay Thompson scored 11 was May 28th of 2016. And for those of you who don't remember, that was the Game 6 of the 2016 Western Conference Finals where Klay Thompson was tripping. He was not trying to go home. Well, he was trying to go home to play Game 7 in Oracle Arena where the Golden State Warriors played and then won the game to send them to the finals where they choked the 3-1 lead. But for those of you guys who don't remember that, like that's Game 6 Klay, 11 three-pointers. He was flaming shit. He was really fucking the Thunder up. And Dame passed that up yesterday with 12. And first things first, I want to give credit to where credit is due. Dame played lights out. Like I can't sugarcoat that. I can't even it's an understatement for me to say Dame played lights out because he played that good. Like I think saying he played lights out is an understatement. He had an efficient 55. But the thing that worries me the most and what just is really disheartening to me is the fact that he scored 17 out of the 19 points that his team were able to muster up in both overtimes. And that's fucking pathetic. The only person that scored with him was Ernest Cancel with one bucket, all right? And it's just really sad because he literally poured his heart and soul into trying to win, but it wasn't enough. His teammates didn't really come to bat for him at all whatsoever. I just from watching the highlights and watching the actual game, I wasn't too impressed with what I saw at all. And it's really sad because it seems like Dame is already taking a stance where I'm going to stay in Portland no matter what. And I think after watching all this, I think it's time to blow it up. Trade CJ, something has to happen. Because there's no reason why Dame has to go for 55 points and the next leading scorer for the team is Robert Covington. First of all, why isn't CJ McCollum the next leading scorer for the team? Because he struggled all night. Struggled all night. CJ, if Dame's going for 55, CJ should have 30. CJ had what? How many points did CJ have? Like, was it 14? No, CJ had 18 points. That's not it. Robert Covington had 19 points. CJ McCollum had 18.7 assists on 7 of 22 shooting. That's bad. That's bad. Jokic and Norman Powell with 13 points each. So it's Dame's 55, Robert Covington with 19. Well, Dame's 55, Robert Covington with like 19, CJ with 18, Jokic and Norman Powell with 13 each, Melo with 8 points. Here's the thing. The Blazers aren't going to win any game that Nurkic fouls out. When Nurkic fouls out, guess who has to guard Jokic now? Robert Covington. Jokic has to stay on the floor to help his team win. He is the best defender they have against him. He's the best defender they have. Oh my gosh. Enes Kanter can't cover my mom on the court, bro. Like man, I truly feel for the Blazers because of the fact that they weren't able to pull this out, man. But man, this is really bad. This is really bad. I think the series is. I honestly think this series is pretty much wrapped up. The Blazers look to close it. The Blazers look to extend the series, but I honestly don't see that happening. Even if they do, I don't see them winning the game 7. I'm gonna give a big shout out to Nikola Jokic. He had 38 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists. Man, Monte Morris came up big. 28 points, 5 assists, 4 of 9 from 3. Michael Porter Jr. had 26 points, the dagger 3, 12 rebounds, 10 of 13 from the field. Austin Rivers had 18 points, 7 assists, 4 of 8 from 3. Man, I want to give a big shout out to Austin Rivers because Austin Rivers a couple months ago did not have a job. And now he's playing critical minutes for the Nuggets in the playoffs, and he's showing up. He was doing his best on defense to try and slow Dame down, poured in 18 points off the bench. Man, my God. The Nuggets got a big boost from their bench. The Nuggets outscored the Blazers 56-22 with their bench. When you see something like that, you can pretty much write it off that team won the game. All right, the Nuggets played a very, very good team game. They had contributions from everywhere across the court. Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter Jr., Monte Morris showed up big. Nikola Jokic. There's quality minutes being played by every single person that stepped on the court for the Nuggets. And honestly, at the end of the day, basketball is a team sport, a team game. The team that has more people show up will always win more than the superstar just showing up, and that's exactly what we just saw today. The Nets beat the Celtics. Thank you, Lord, that series is over. That's about it. We're actually getting into the thick of NBA basketball that I really love. The second round and beyond, that is the money-making rounds. These are when people earn their contracts. These are when narratives are told. These are when legacies are written. And I can't wait till it starts. We got the Bucks and the Nets this weekend. I'm really, really excited to get that going. Other than that, I want to thank everybody for listening, for tuning in, for watching. My name is Michael DeLu. This is Pull Up the Tape. Viral movie, all that. Rest in peace, Pop Smoke. Let's get it.